Right. शान्तिः असाधौ लोके दुर्मैत्रा छद्मवेशिनः तेषां मुदेत्यागं काले रोगपताकिनम् एव. Okay. So word for word. Shanti R. Shanti R. He indeed. Sadhava. This one is first. Okay. You repeat what I am saying. Repeat what I am saying. Loke. Within this world. Durmaitraha. Cheating friends. Chadma Vesinaha. Wearing false garb. Desham. Of all of them. Udeti. Arises. Agam. The reaction. Of sinful life. Kale. In due course of time. Rogaha. Disease. Patakinam. Of sinful men. Eva. Like. Okay. The translation. In due course of time. No, I will read first, then I will ask. इसको चेयर आपका चेयर नहीं दिखता है आप ऐसे Okay. I will read translation first, thereafter I will, we'll read word by word, like just read it. In due course of time, various types of disease are manifest in those who are sinful. Similarly, in this world, there are many deceptive friends in false garbs, but eventually, because of their false behavior, their actual enmity becomes manifest. Okay, now repeat after me. In due course of time, various types of diseases are manifest. In those who are sinful. Similarly, in this world, there are many deceptive friends in false garbs. But eventually, because of their false behavior, their actual enmity becomes manifest. Okay, the quote by Srila Prabhupada. Being anxious about education of his boy Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu was very much dissatisfied. When Prahlad began teaching about devotional service, Hiranyakashipu immediately regarded the teachers as his enemies in the garb of friends. In this verse, the word roga patakinam eva refers to disease, which is the most sinful and miserable of the condition of material life. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Disease is the symptom of the body of a sinful person. The Smriti Shastra says, Brahmaha kshaya rogi syat Sarapaha shabad tantakaha Swarnakari tu kunaki Ducharma guru talpagaha. The meaning? Murderers of Brahmanas are later afflicted by tuberculosis. Drunkards become toothless. Those who have stolen gold are afflicted by diseased nails. And sinful men who are sexual connection with the wife of a superior are affected by leprosy and similar skin disease. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवं गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावादन्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपादान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागरा रघुनाथन्वितं तं सजीवम् साधुवैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागना ललित श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुण सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते। हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्या च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्या च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्या च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to the online devotees. If somebody is watching, I don't know if anybody is watching, but if somebody is watching, Hare Krishna to all of you. And we are in Srimad Bhagavatam. For normal person's life. Earlier we read and we heard all about devotion service, 9 process of devotion service which Prahlad Maharaj explained. What are the 9 process? That was a long chapter. And I think we did it for more than a week.
ऊपर बोला
हाँ?
मीटिंग है
ऊपर क्या है?
मीटिंग है कहते हैं
मीटिंग है किस चीज का?
हमारा
I just got
Future.
call from state.
ओह अच्छा चलो जाओ। तो इस ऑनलाइन में कोई है? अच्छा हाँ, ठीक है बैठो। हमको आपको जाना है मीटिंग में जाना? जाइए मीटिंग में जाइए। नहीं कोई बात नहीं तो शायद ऑनलाइन में होंगे कोई समझे होंगे। अच्छा ओके ओके ऑल द बेस्ट ओके। So this verse is very important. What it explains about the reactions of our activities, what kind of activities we do. So accordingly, we get the reaction when we go. Say here, especially this is the occasion wherein we learned about devotion service, 9 devotion service. Practiced and advised by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, son of Hiranyakashipu, he was a demon, but Prahlad Maharaj was a great devotee, and he is always doing devotional service to Lord Vishnu. He is a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, and he learned this devotional service when he was in the womb of his mother, Kayadu. From Narada Muni. So Narada Muni was preaching to Kayadu, and Prahlad Maharaj was listening in the womb, because children also can listen. We learn this from Mahabharata, like Abhimanyu was listening. One Arjuna was explaining Chakravyuh, how to enter the Chakravyuh and how to the fight the Chakravyuh. So Abhimanyu learned all those things in his womb only, mother's womb. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj also learned all devotional service when he was in mother's womb. That's the specialty, and in this occasion, here when his education is completed and his teachers, Sanda and Amarka, who were the children, the sons of Shukracharya, brought Prahlad to the assembly of Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu, was very happy and very glad to get his son back from the Gurukula, and he was very lovingly and put him in his lap and asked the question, what's the best thing he learned from his spiritual masters? Then Prahlad Maharaj was explaining the 9 processes of devotional service. And Hiranyakashipu was, he is not in favor of devotional service. He is enemy of Lord Vishnu. He doesn't like Vishnu. So he got very angry with his own son, and immediately he chastised his gurus. His gurus are Sukracharya's sons, Sanda and Amarka, and he accused them of being duplicity. Here, this particular verse teaches about duplicity. When we have duplicity, we do something in front and something in behind. That's what the duplicity is. Duplicity, it is normal in Kali Yuga. In this present age, it's very normal. Most of the people do the duplicity. Now, in front of us, people may be saying, "Oh, so you are so great," and all those things, and they may praise you. And back of you, they will do nonsense. Things against you. And here, Hiranyakashipu was experiencing the same thing. He was thinking, Sanda and Amarka are teaching Prahlad the devotion service. And in fact, they are, followers of Vishnu. And he was not, Hiranyakashipu wanted everybody to follow him. He's a demon and everybody to follow him. But he thought, his son was doing devotional service, talking about devotional service. Then he thought this Sanda and Amarka are actually following Vishnu. That's why he was accusing. And here, the lesson for us to learn, this is the most important lesson. Here, whatever these kind of things, if we do, we get the reaction for it. That reaction comes to us as a disease. Like, we have, our Jara, Vyadhi and all those things, the disease which is there. It's, natural thing for the body. The material body will have these diseases coming and aging process. We are, child, and we grow up, we become young, very young. Then we became, older. Then, deteriorate. Our body is not so strong. It deteriorates. Then after some time, you have to give up the body because body is not usable because of the wear and tear. And mostly the normal process would be wear and tear. Then you have to discard your body. It's normal process. Normal process is, becomes everything in this material world. It's a beginning, then it grows and it produces some byproducts, and thereafter it dwindles. All its energy goes away, and then finally you have to get rid of it. Similarly, this material body, also same thing. So we are young, very young, when we are a child, we are a tender body, and then we grow up, we become younger, become very stronger, and we could do so many things. Then, after a certain age, like, in this Kali Yuga now, anybody's lifetime is said 100 years. Now, you are not even 100 years, it is less than 100 years, but it's assumed as 100 years of life. See, the normal process for any human being, the body, in the childhood, tender body, and it grows and becomes strong in youth. Then it dwindles. Then it becomes old and not usable. Then you die. Die means the body is not workable. Then the soul has to give that body and goes to another body. And according to his karma, you will get another body. But here the question is disease. This particular verse talks about the disease, and especially Prabhupada talks about roga. Roga patakinam. Roga patakinam refers to disease. Okay. So disease, this janma, mrityu, jara, this is a normal process. Vyadhi is not the normal. Vyadhi comes because of our activities. What kind of activities we do, accordingly Vyadhi. See, janma, mrityu, jara, the normal process, whatever, lifetime it is. So we have been given. See, when we are born, the lifetime is fixed, number of breaths. So that is fixed. So many number of time you will breathe, and thereafter your breath is complete, and you have to leave that body. So that's 100 years or whatever may be. Some yogis can prolong their life, prolong their life by breathing processes, by stopping the breathing. So now if at all we breathe one in a second, be one time, yogis can prolong it maybe a day. They don't breathe, and that's why how they prolong their life by controlling the breathing. By controlling the breathing, one can prolong their life. Otherwise, it is number of times you breathe, and at end of that number, it goes away. But this disease comes because of our activities, the karmic reactions. The disease comes. It may be in this life, or it may be in next life or anything, these diseases are bound to come. The bound to come means we are deceiving somebody. We are not normal. We are deceiving somebody. So if you are deceiving somebody, then you are bound to get reaction. That reaction comes in the form of disease, difficulties, accidents, so many things. Mental agony and everything. It comes because of that when we are not attached to the Supreme Lord. If at all we are attached to the Supreme Lord, chant His name and do service to Him, then this disease will not affect us. Disease may be there. We may get the disease. Even devotees also get the disease. But those diseases, not when you are doing a devotional service. If you are doing the devotional service, you won't get the disease. But if you are not doing the devotional services, and if you are doing in the Ugra Karma, when you do Ugra Karma, at that time only diseases catches you because you are not following the natural system. If you are following the natural system, you have your 100 years of life, maybe not 100 years. There's number of breaths, as I told, number of breaths. When you are born, he said you will breathe so many number of breaths, and thereafter you will die. So, but sometimes somebody dies, without that, before that, it's called Akala Mrityu. It means time has not come for him to die, but he dies because of disease. Nowadays, you see so many diseases all over the world. Cancer, this thing, that thing, and so many things are there. Why they are there? That's the reason. Of course, food is the reason. What we eat, what we eat. So by the eating process, the kind of thing we put into our body, and that is not suitable for our body. So that's why diseases catches us. So that's why we have to have sattvic food. Sattvic food means food which is offered to the Lord, the Supreme Lord. We offer our food to Supreme Lord, then we consume it, because when Supreme Lord accepts that food, it becomes prasada. Prasada means Lord has accepted it. It has become spiritual. When it is spiritual, goes to our material body, our body also becomes spiritual. So it is Lord's prasada. So we eat that. So without devotees are supposed to not eat anything which is not offered to the Lord. What you will offer to the Lord? Sattvic food, fruits, vegetables, those things, and milk, and milk products we offer to the Lord. And maybe, we will cook it very nicely and very flavor and everything, all those things, so that Lord tastes it. And sometimes we offer to the Lord where, without anything, the fruits, just, bring the fruit and offer to the Lord. Lord, have it. Lord can eat anyway. He doesn't need, it is cut and made in salads and all those things. He can eat anyway. So we don't have to worry about how Lord will eat. Of course, we don't do it because of our limitations. We can't sometimes, you can't, eat, straight away, but something we need to cut. Similarly, for the Lord also we cut and give. Like, considering Lord is part of our family. In that way, we think whatever, offering we do, fruits and, other, whatever food stuff we offer, we nicely cook and offer to the Lord, thinking He is part of our family, and, normal person, how he eats. So similarly, we offer. That's all right. That's not problem. But if you don't have that, then we just offer as it is. Like, bring the salad, because if you are dieting, you are, eating salads, cucumbers, and all those things. Wash it and offer to the Lord. Please have Lord have it. Then we consume it. When we consume the food offered to the Lord, it becomes amrit. It becomes spiritual. So the material body, which is ours, and when we consume that, and our body also becomes spiritual. And when our body, this material body becomes spiritual, Accordingly, that our mind also becomes spiritual. This body and mind. And our subtle body also becomes spiritual. That's why all the food, whatever we do, so that need to be open to the Lord. When we open to the Lord, then it becomes spiritual. Then there is no question of disease coming to us. So disease will not come. But it will, our body will deteriorate because it's the process of deterioration. Because material things always deteriorate. It's not permanent, it doesn't remain. Keep a particular thing now, and for some time, after some time, it will accumulate dust and it will become, very bad. You can't use it. Anything, food stuff, also you keep for a longer time outside, it will get deteriorated. Any fruits or anything, and it will be, very nice when it is ripe. After ripe, it will deteriorate. It will become, you can't eat it like that. So this material body. So this material body, natural way, if you live and you will, you will not get disease, but Jara Vyadi, if Vyadi will not be there, Jara will be there because you will become old definitely and you have to leave that body. But if you don't want a disease, don't deceive anybody, don't lie anybody, be honest and very sincere, and don't keep any enmity with anyone. There should not be any enmity, and do not try to deceive anybody and make trouble for anybody. So always be very submissive to the Lord and the laws of nature. If you go against the laws of nature, definitely you will get into trouble. So if you don't want to get into trouble, you have not to go against the laws of nature, and always, as Prahlad Maharaj explained, 9 process of devotional service. If you do, then we will not get these diseases, so that our life become very peaceful and very nice. If because nowadays what happens in Kali Yuga, it's all Ugra Karma. Ugra Karma means we're doing which is beyond our capacity. Doing something beyond our capacity, and also it's not only beyond our capacity, it is not permissible by Shastras or any laws. It's going against the laws of the nature or against the laws of the country or the land. There, wherever we live, there must be a government. Our government takes care of all those things. There may be some rules and regulations which we need to follow. And similarly, the natural, laws of nature. There are laws of nature also there. Suppose in a winter, with a lot of snow and outside, and if you go in the snow, and definitely because you are going against in the snow, you are not supposed to go out and wet in the snow. If you remain prolonged time in the snow, you will get disease because you become cold and you will shiver and disease will come to you. That's also your karma. You did a bad karma, that's why you are disease. The disease is there. So similarly, because nowadays you see all these meat-eating people, they kill the animal and eat it, right? So that's a Ugra karma, right? And since they're killing other animal, then that reaction definitely will come them. Then disease comes. Not only disease, in the next life, you will become an animal and you will be killed by somebody else. So that's the reaction he gets for whatever karma. Whatever happening to you, there's something bad happening to you, it's your karma. And whatever good also happening, it's your karma. So you are responsible for what happening to you. So your responsibility. Lord says, be always submissive to me and chant my glories, chant my name. If you do that, I will take care of you. If you don't do that, then you are of your own. You are taking responsibility for yourself. Lord is not going to take responsibility for it, because you are responsible for what you do. So if you do devotional service, then Lord becomes responsible. If you do your own karma, you want to do your own thing, then you are responsible for what you do. See, So you can do good also. You are responsible, you are doing a lot of charity and all those things, good things. You will, in your next life or in the same life, you will be elevated. Your, life thing will be, suppose you are doing, good business, nice business, earning money, Lord will also help you. It will automatically come because you are karma. You are doing very nice business, honest and all that. You are not cheating anyone, doing, and working also, earning money, not cheating anyone. So, your life will be normal. You won't have any difficulty. But if you try to cheat and do all those nonsense, then you will get the reaction and you will suffer. And the disease also will come. This is, different types of diseases, different types of whatever karma you do, different diseases. In this, as it's explained here, see here, murderers of Brahmana are later afflicted by tuberculosis. Drunkards become toothless. Those who have stolen gold are afflicted by the diseased nails, and simple men who have sexual connection with wife of a superior are afflicted by leprosy and similar skin diseases. So these are the things, if you do, then this kind of diseases come. So now we have to learn what disease we get. If this kind of diseases, then in our previous life or any previous, because we are passing through many lives to pass through, and finally we came to this the human body and this life. And if we have done anything, and this kind of diseases will bound to come. If this kind of diseases come to us, then we could understand that we must have done something like that. So to negate this kind of disease we should not get. So what we need to do? So that's the process, devotional service. Service to the Lord. Sarva dharman paridajya mama ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papabhyam mokshasmi ma sucha. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. He said for this kind of diseases, these kind of things only he said. Sarva dharman paridajya. Sarva dharman means all those things, whatever you are trying to follow or anything, forget about all of this. Simply surrender unto me. Krishna or Radha, you say, I am your servant. That's all. I want to do devotional service to you. I am thinking of you and everything. Whatever, I am not. I am just, your thing. And whatever you say, I will do. Whatever is favorable to you, I will do. So this is a complete surrender, means depending upon Krishna completely. So whatever happens to us, whatever, we are not bothered. We are completely depending on Krishna. When we completely depend on Krishna, Krishna says, I will take care of you. Sarva dharman paridajya means all religion, like you may be Christian, Jewish, Muslim, or anything. All those things. So abandon everything. So you may be Mayavadi or anything. So abandon everything. Simply remember Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Remember him and say, I am surrendered to him. And Krishna says, I will take care of it. All your simple reaction will be nullified. If it is not nullified, it is like these gross things which is mentioned in this verse, those karmas, those bad karmas, there are diseases mentioned. These diseases may come very minute for a day or something like that, it will come and go away. Not you have to suffer for so many years or anything. Otherwise, you may have to suffer for 2 years, 5 years, 12 years, or whatever. Then, if you are surrendered to Krishna, then you don't have to suffer that much. Maybe for a day or half a day or something like that. Because one time I was reading something, there was a Mahatma who was residing in Radhakund. So, he was actually a saintly person. Saintly person is completely, surrendered to Krishna, and his service was doing cleaning up near Radhakund, everything. And one day it has so happened in the night there is some very terrible individual, some terrible entity came and said. So he talked to him, said, I have to get into you. So he didn't understand what he got scared, didn't understand. Says, what? He said, oh, I am here in a particular disease. He said, I am, and I have to I have to enter into your body, and you have to suffer for 12 years. So, are you ready for it? Then that Mahatma said, no, sir, I have to do all those things for Radha Kund daily basis. I don't have any time. But I have to come anyway because that's his reaction from his previous life. So he said, okay. Then 6 months, he said, no, I don't have any time. Nothing, no time at all. Then finally he said, okay, 24 hours. 24 hours, can I enter? He said, okay, 24 hours. So then Mahatma said, okay. Mahatma got 24 hours because otherwise 12 years, it's coming to 24 hours. So that particular disease entered into the body, then he told his servants or all these his disciples or whoever, say 24 hours I'll be in my room, nobody should disturb me. Nobody disturb me. Just whatever I do, don't disturb me, don't open. So the disease entered and he was suffering so much. It is like tuberculosis thing. The tuberculosis, his body is rotten and everything. And it's entered 24 hours. He was suffering like anything, completely. He is screaming because that disease is screaming in the room. So 24 hours, the disease came and nullified. So after 24 hours are gone, that disease is gone. He got a so nice body because of his devotion service to the Radha Court. So that is the 12 hours, 12 years he was supposed to suffer in that tuberculosis, no, not tuberculosis. What is that particular disease?
Leprosy.
Leprosy. That leprosy, in that leprosy was supposed to suffer for 12 years. It is, over by 24 hours. 24 is over. You got a so nice body. So that's the issue. So when you are surrendered to the Lord, everything completely, and those diseases, those kind of diseases also get reduced because his 12 years reduced to 24 hours because of his devotion service. That's why our goal here, what we learn from this particular verse is we will have so many reactions because of our past karma. But when we do devotional service to the Lord, completely surrender to Him, those diseases will not, give much trouble to us. It may pass by. So, like Mahatma I explained, who was in Radha Kund, his 12 years of leprosy is gone in 24 hours. Similarly, we also need to do, and we don't know what karma we did, what diseases are in store for us to come or anything. We don't know. That's why our intention should be, we should be surrender to the Lord, do devotional service to the Lord, we offer everything to the Lord, and become a great devotion. The 9 process of devotional service. Out of that, if you follow all the 9, so great. If you follow one of them also, it will be so much relief you will get from all your sinful reactions. And if you completely surrender, you will be completely protected, and those diseases will not do any harm to you. So that's the lesson we learn from this particular verse. Okay, I will stop here. If anybody has any questions, please ask me, and I will try to answer them. Anyone, if online, if you have any questions, you can ask me. If you are live, you can ask me, and or otherwise, you can put in your comment thing and ask questions. If I see that, then I will reply to you. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol.
You have any kind of questions? No, no questions. Okay.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभ की जय. हरे कृष्ण. हरि बोल प्रभु। Hari Bol Prabhu, how you stop the video, you know? How to stop the video? Correction. Huh? कल शनिवार Yeah.